stress, anxiety, and constant overthinking. These struggles affect us all. But what if you could train your mind to stay calm, no matter what life throws at you? Buddhism offers powerful lessons that can help you break free from negativity, develop inner peace, and live with greater clarity. In this video, we'll explore 5 transformative Buddhist teachings that can help you let go of stress and emotional burdens, stay present and mindful in daily life, find happiness in simplicity and gratitude, cultivate compassion for yourself and others, embrace change without fear or resistance. These are not just abstract ideas. They are practical tools that monks, spiritual seekers, and even modern psychologists use to achieve lasting peace and fulfillment. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed by work, relationships, or life's uncertainties, these Buddhist lessons will show you how to shift your mindset and experience true happiness. If you're ready to free yourself from unnecessary worries and step into a life of mindfulness, clarity, and inner harmony, let's dive in. Share your thoughts in the comments. What Buddhist lesson has impacted you the most? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another insight on Buddhist wisdom and peaceful living. Nothing lasts forever. Embrace the present moment. Life is constantly changing. Happiness comes and goes just like sadness and pain. Nothing stays the same forever. Yet, many of us spend our lives clinging to people, moments, and things hoping they will last. This attachment is what leads to suffering. Buddhism teaches us that impermanence is a natural law of life. Everything is in a constant state of change. Once we accept this truth, we can begin to find peace, let go of unnecessary pain, and truly appreciate the present moment. Understanding impermanence. Buddhism teaches the concept of anicca, or impermanence. This means that everything in life is temporary: our emotions, relationships, successes, and failures. The joy we feel today may fade tomorrow, and the pain we experience now will not last forever. Even our own bodies are constantly changing, aging with time. At first, this idea may seem unsettling. We naturally want to hold on to happiness and avoid pain. However, when we recognize that everything is temporary, we begin to see life in a new way. Instead of fearing change, we learn to accept it with wisdom and grace. Why clinging brings suffering? Much of our suffering comes from attachment. We cling to happy moments, wishing they would never end. We hold on to relationships, fearing loss. We resist change even when it is inevitable. But the more we try to control life, the more frustrated and anxious we become. Imagine holding a handful of sand. If you grip it too tightly, the sand slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays in your hand. Life is the same way. When we learn to appreciate what we have without trying to possess it, we experience true peace. The Buddha compared life to a flowing river. It is never the same from one moment to the next. Trying to stop the river would only bring frustration. But learning to go with the flow allows us to move with ease. The power of living in the present instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Buddhism teaches us to fully embrace the present moment. The present is the only place where life truly happens. When we are mindful and aware, we notice the simple beauty around us. A kind smile, a breath of fresh air, the warmth of the sun on our skin. We learn to appreciate small moments that we often take for granted. By living in the now, we reduce stress, improve our relationships, and find deeper happiness. Practicing mindfulness helps us to reduce anxiety by focusing on what is real in the present, improve relationships by being fully present with others, enjoy life more deeply by noticing the little things, let go of regret and fear by accepting what is, how to practice letting go and finding peace. If we want to truly embrace impermanence and live with peace, we must train our minds to let go of attachment and accept life as it is. Here are a few ways to practice. Meditate on impermanence, reflect on how everything changes. Observe your thoughts, emotions, and experiences without attachment. See them come and go like clouds in the sky. Practice gratitude. Appreciate each moment while it lasts. Instead of wishing things would never change, be thankful for the time you have. Detach with love. Love deeply but without attachment. Understand that people and experiences are part of a journey, not possessions to hold on to forever. Go with the flow. When change comes, accept it rather than resist it. Trust that every ending is also a new beginning. Be mindful daily, whether eating, walking, or talking, be fully present. When you focus on the now, life becomes more meaningful. Nothing in life is permanent. Happiness, sadness, success, and failure all come and go. When we stop resisting change and start embracing the present, we find true peace. Instead of fearing loss, we can appreciate what we have while it's here. Buddhism teaches us that letting go is not about giving up. It's about freeing ourselves from unnecessary suffering. By understanding impermanence, we can live with an open heart, enjoy each moment, and walk through life with a deep sense of calm. Letting go to find peace. Have you ever seen someone carrying a heavy backpack for no reason? Imagine if they refused to take it off even when they were tired and struggling. It seems unnecessary, right? Yet this is exactly what we do with our worries, regrets, and grudges. We hold on to them, carrying their weight every single day. But true peace comes when we learn to let go. Why do we hold on? Buddhism teaches that attachment is one of the main causes of suffering. We cling to past mistakes, painful experiences, and people who are no longer part of our lives. We replay old arguments, regret decisions we cannot change, and hold on to resentment as if it protects us. But does it? Holding on to negative emotions is like carrying that heavy backpack. It drains our energy, clouds our minds, and makes life more difficult than it needs to be. The more we resist letting go, the more we suffer. Letting go is not giving up. Many people fear that letting go means giving up or losing control. But the truth is, letting go is an act of strength and wisdom. It means choosing peace over pain, clarity over confusion. The Buddha taught that clinging leads to suffering, but by releasing our attachments, we free ourselves. Think of a clenched fist. When you hold on to something too tightly, your hand cramps and it becomes painful. But when you open your hand, relief follows. Our hearts and minds work the same way. The more we let go, the lighter we feel. What do we need to let go of? To experience true peace, we must learn to release the things that no longer serve us. Here are some common burdens we carry. Regret from the past. We all make mistakes, but reliving them doesn't change anything. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, focus on what you learned. Fear of the future. Worrying about tomorrow takes away today's peace. The only thing we can truly control is the present moment. Anger and resentment. Holding a grudge doesn't punish the other person. It only poisons your own mind. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior, but about freeing yourself from emotional pain. Negative self-talk. Many of us carry harsh judgments about ourselves. Instead of being our own worst critic, we should practice self-compassion and kindness. Unrealistic expectations. Life doesn't always go as planned. When we learn to adapt and accept change, we create space for new opportunities and joy. The freedom of letting go. When we let go, we create space for peace, happiness, and new experiences. Imagine putting down that heavy backpack. You feel lighter, breathe easier, and move freely. That's what happens when we release unnecessary burdens. Buddhism teaches that impermanence is a natural part of life. Everything changes, people, circumstances, even our own emotions. When we stop resisting change and start embracing it, we find inner peace. How to practice letting go. Letting go isn't always easy, but with practice, it becomes possible. Here are a few ways to start. Practice mindfulness. Being fully present helps us recognize our thoughts without being controlled by them. Observe your emotions like clouds passing in the sky, temporary and always moving. Forgive and release. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself. It doesn't mean forgetting, but rather choosing peace over pain. Focus on the present moment. Every time you feel overwhelmed by past regrets or future worries, bring your attention back to now. Take a deep breath. This moment is all you have. Accept what you cannot change. Life is unpredictable and not everything will go the way we want. Learning to accept reality instead of resisting it makes life much easier. Let go with love. Whether it's a past relationship, a lost opportunity, or an old dream, releasing something with gratitude helps us move forward without regret. Letting go is a journey, not a one-time decision. It takes time, practice, and patience. But every time you choose peace over attachment, you take a step closer to true freedom. Buddha taught that peace is not something we find outside, it's something we create within. The lighter our hearts, the more space we have for joy, love, and clarity. Mindfulness, living each moment fully. Have you ever eaten a meal without really tasting it? Or walked from one place to another without noticing anything around you? In today's fast-paced world, we are often lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. But what if we slowed down and truly lived in the present? This is the power of mindfulness, the practice of being fully aware of each moment. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness, or Chan Neem, is a core teaching in Buddhism. It means being completely present in whatever you are doing without distraction or judgment. When you eat, you focus on the taste, texture, and aroma of the food. When you walk, you notice each step, the feel of the ground beneath your feet, and the rhythm of your breathing. Mindfulness transforms ordinary moments into deep experiences of peace and clarity. Why do we struggle to be present? Our minds are like restless monkeys, constantly jumping from thought to thought. We relive past mistakes, worry about the future, or get lost in distractions. This habit keeps us from truly experiencing life. Instead of enjoying the present, we are caught in an endless loop of overthinking. Buddha taught that suffering comes from attachment to past regrets, future fears, and even our own expectations. But when we practice mindfulness, we break free from this cycle. We stop simply existing and start truly living. The benefits of mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness brings many benefits. Reduces stress and anxiety. When you focus on the present, worries about the future fade away. Mindfulness teaches you to respond to life with calmness instead of reacting with fear. Improves focus and clarity. A scattered mind leads to confusion. By training your attention, mindfulness helps you think clearly and make better decisions. Enhances happiness. Instead of chasing happiness somewhere else, you find joy in the simple moments, like sipping tea, watching the sunset, or feeling the breeze on your skin. Strengthens relationships. When you are fully present in conversations, you listen deeply, understand others better, and connect on a more meaningful level. Brings inner peace. True peace isn't found in external achievements but in being fully present with whatever life brings. How to practice mindfulness daily. Mindful eating. Savor every bite. Have you ever eaten a meal while scrolling on your phone, watching TV, or thinking about something else? Mindful eating is about fully experiencing your food. Next time you eat, try this. Look at your food, notice its colors and textures. Take a bite and chew slowly. Feel the texture, taste the flavors, and enjoy the experience. Eat without rushing. Appreciate the nourishment you are receiving. When you eat mindfully, you'll not only enjoy your food more but also improve digestion and develop a healthier relationship with eating. Mindful walking. Feel every step. Most of us rush from place to place without noticing our surroundings. Mindful walking is about being fully aware of each step. Try this. Walk a little slower. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Listen to the sounds around you, the wind, the birds, the distant voices. Notice your breath and how your body moves with each step. A simple walk can become a peaceful meditation when done mindfully. Mindful breathing. Anchor yourself in the present. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Notice how the air enters and leaves your body. Your breath is always with you. It's a powerful anchor to the present moment. Buddha taught, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. A single mindful breath can bring you back to the present and dissolve stress instantly. Mindful listening. Be fully present in conversations. Do you listen to respond or listen to understand? Mindful listening means giving your full attention to the speaker. Put down your phone. Look into their eyes. Listen without interrupting or planning your response. Feel the emotions behind their words. When you truly listen, you deepen your relationships and create meaningful connections. Mindful thinking. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Our thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. Instead of getting lost in them, try to observe them without attachment. When a negative thought arises, acknowledge it but don't let it control you. Label your thoughts. This is worry, this is fear, this is excitement. Let them pass just like clouds drifting by. By practicing mindful thinking, you gain control over your mind instead of being controlled by it. Mindfulness is a way of life. Mindfulness is not just a practice, it's a way of living. Every moment is an opportunity to be present. The more mindful you become, the more you experience life deeply, fully, and peacefully. What is one mindful practice you'd like to try today? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on mindfulness and Buddhist wisdom. Compassion, unconditional love, and understanding. Have you ever felt anger toward someone, only to realize later that holding on to that anger only caused you more pain? Or have you ever experienced a moment of deep kindness from someone that changed your day? This is the power of compassion. According to Buddhist teachings, compassion, is one of the most important virtues. It is the ability to love unconditionally, to understand the suffering of others, and to respond with kindness instead of judgment. True compassion is not just about being kind to those we like, but also about extending love and forgiveness even to those who may have wronged us. When we cultivate compassion, we free ourselves from anger, resentment, and hatred. Instead of carrying the heavy burden of negativity, we lighten our hearts and bring peace into our own lives. What is true compassion? In Buddhism, compassion is not just feeling sorry for someone. It is a deep understanding of another person's pain, combined with a sincere desire to help alleviate it. Buddha once said, "Hatred does not cease by hatred but only by love. This is the eternal rule." This means that responding to anger with more anger only creates more suffering. But when we meet negativity with understanding, we break the cycle of pain. True compassion includes forgiveness, patience, and kindness, not just toward others but also toward ourselves. Many people struggle with self-judgment and guilt. However, if we can offer love and understanding to others, we must also learn to extend that same kindness to ourselves. Why do we need compassion? Without compassion, life becomes a battlefield of resentment and misunderstanding. When we lack compassion, we judge people harshly, hold on to grudges, and expect perfection from others and ourselves. However, when we practice compassion, we experience these benefits. Less anger, more peace. When we learn to forgive, we stop carrying unnecessary emotional burdens. Letting go of resentment allows us to live with a lighter heart. Stronger relationships. Compassion helps us understand others better, creating deeper connections and reducing conflicts in our personal and professional lives. Emotional healing. Many of us hold on to past wounds. Compassion, especially self-compassion, helps heal emotional pain and allows us to move forward with love instead of regret. Greater happiness. Research shows that acts of kindness and compassion release hormones that promote happiness and well-being. The more we give, the more we receive in return. A more peaceful world. If everyone practiced compassion, society would have less conflict, division, and suffering. Compassion creates harmony both within and around us. How to cultivate compassion in daily life? Practice loving kindness meditation. Metta meditation. One of the most effective ways to cultivate compassion is through metta meditation, or loving kindness meditation. This simple practice helps develop a heart full of love and forgiveness. Try this. Sit in a quiet place and take a few deep breaths. Silently repeat these phrases. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering. May my loved ones be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free from suffering. May all beings, even those I dislike, be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free from suffering. This practice helps you develop kindness for yourself, for those close to you, and even for those who have hurt you. Learn to forgive. Let go of the past. Many people struggle with forgiveness, believing that to forgive is to excuse someone's actions. However, in Buddhism, forgiveness is not about condoning harm. It is about freeing yourself from the suffering caused by holding on to resentment. If someone has wronged you, try asking yourself, does my anger change the past? Who suffers more, me or the person I am angry with? Can I let go of this pain for my own peace? When you forgive, you release yourself from the chains of the past. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Buddhism teaches interconnectedness, the idea that we are all part of the same existence. If someone is rude or unkind, instead of reacting with frustration, ask, what might they be going through? Have I ever acted this way when I was in pain? How can I respond with understanding instead of anger? This simple shift in perspective can transform conflicts into moments of connection. Be kind in small ways every day. Compassion doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Small acts of kindness have a ripple effect, creating waves of positivity in the world. Try these simple acts of compassion. Smile at a stranger. Listen deeply to someone who needs support. Offer help without expecting anything in return. Speak kindly even in difficult situations. These little moments of love and kindness shape the world around us. Compassion begins with you. If you wish for a more compassionate world, start with yourself. Show kindness to your own struggles, forgive your own mistakes, and extend love to your own heart. The more compassion you have for yourself, the more you can share it with others. Remember, true happiness comes from the love we give, not just the love we receive. How will you practice compassion today? Let us know in the comments. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom on inner peace and Buddhist teachings. Contentment, living simply for true happiness in a world that constantly tells us we need more money, more success, more possessions. It's easy to believe that happiness comes from acquiring things. But Buddhism teaches us a different truth. Happiness is not about having more, but about feeling content with what we already have. Have you ever noticed that the more we chase after external things, the more dissatisfied we feel? We may get what we want, but soon, a new desire replaces the old one, keeping us trapped in an endless cycle of wanting. True happiness does not come from accumulating wealth or status. It comes from appreciating the present moment and recognizing that what we have is already enough. This is the wisdom of contentment, Beat-do, a powerful teaching in Buddhism that can transform the way we experience life. Why do we always want more? From the moment we are born, society conditions us to believe that success equals happiness. We are taught that to be truly happy we must have a high-paying job, a big house, and luxury items, recognition and admiration from others. But Buddhism reveals a deeper truth. Desire is endless. No matter how much we achieve or own, our mind will always create new cravings. The Buddha once said, "Contentment is the greatest wealth." What does this mean? It means that someone who is content, even with little, is richer than a person who has everything but still feels dissatisfied. The illusion of happiness in material things. Many people believe that once they reach a certain milestone, buying a dream house, getting a promotion, or becoming famous, they will finally be happy. But once they achieve these things, they soon realize the excitement fades. A new desire replaces the old one. Happiness remains out of reach. Buddhism calls this cycle suffering, dukkha, caused by endless craving. Instead of chasing after things that never truly satisfy us, we can break free by practicing contentment and simplicity. How to cultivate contentment in daily life? Appreciate the simple things. Sometimes, happiness is found in the simplest moments. A warm cup of tea on a quiet morning, the laughter of loved ones, a peaceful walk under the open sky. Take a moment to pause and truly experience these small joys. The more we learn to find happiness in simple things, the less we need to feel fulfilled. Stop comparing yourself to others. One of the greatest obstacles to contentment is comparison. In the age of social media, it's easy to feel like others have better lives, more success, more beauty, more happiness. But Buddhism teaches us that comparison is an illusion. What we see from the outside is not always the truth. Everyone has struggles, no matter how perfect their life seems. Instead of measuring our happiness against others, we should focus on our own journey. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What simple things bring me joy? How can I focus on my own growth instead of chasing external validation? Let go of excess and live simply. Happiness is not about adding more to our lives. It's about removing what we don't need. When we live simply, we create space for what truly matters. Try these simple steps. Declutter your home and keep only what brings you peace. Spend less time chasing wealth and more time nurturing relationships. Shift your focus from wanting more to appreciating what you already have. The less we attach to material things, the more we free ourselves from stress and worry. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is a powerful tool in cultivating contentment. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have. Each day, take a few moments to reflect on what made you smile today? What are you thankful for in your life? Who are the people that bring you joy? When we practice gratitude regularly, we train our minds to see abundance instead of scarcity. Happiness is not about having everything, it's about appreciating everything. Understand the nature of impermanence. Buddhism teaches that everything in life is impermanent, Vo Thuong. Wealth, success, beauty, these things come and go. If we attach our happiness to them, we will always feel insecure. But when we learn to accept impermanence, we stop fearing loss and start cherishing the present. Instead of chasing happiness in the future, we find joy in the now. True wealth is contentment. A person who owns little but feels content is far richer than someone who has everything but is never satisfied. If we can learn to be grateful for what we have, stop comparing ourselves to others, and embrace a simpler way of living, we will discover a deep sense of peace and happiness that no external thing can ever provide. How do you practice contentment in your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this message, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on mindfulness and Buddhist wisdom. In conclusion, inner peace is not something distant or unreachable. It is a choice we make in how we approach life. The lessons we've discussed today, mindfulness, letting go of attachments, embracing impermanence, finding stillness in every moment, and cultivating compassion, are not abstract concepts. They are practical teachings that can be woven into our daily existence. By applying these principles, we can transform our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately our lives. It's important to remember that peace doesn't depend on external circumstances. It arises from within, when we choose to stay grounded in the present moment and choose mindfulness over distractions. These teachings encourage us to slow down, reflect, and reframe how we engage with the world. Each day is an opportunity to practice these lessons and experience the serenity that follows. So, I encourage you to take these lessons and integrate them into your daily routine. Whether it's through meditation, practicing gratitude, or simply being more mindful in your interactions with others, the key is to make these practices a part of who you are. When you do, you'll find that peace becomes not just a distant ideal, but a living reality. If you found value in these teachings, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to incorporate these lessons into your life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more wisdom and insights from Buddhist philosophy. Together, let's continue on the path of peace and happiness. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.